We're overdue for a chat. What's the opposite of genuine?
You don't want to sensationalize and be like, everything goes wrong.
Oh, right. I don't want to speak for Tim. He's standing right here and has the same opinions. So
I will speak for Tim.
I'll speak for Tim. Tim was just in like Carhartt's under the RV fixing the muffler that fell. I don't know, whatever. So that's why Tim is like dealing with that, and I was just like so fed up. I'm like, I just need to like share. We're sharing the experiences that we're having. Sometimes it comes off as like, oh cool, like I wish I was doing that, or like that looks so neat, or like, you know, if we're off in Banff kayaking on a beautiful lake, you're like, that's so awesome. Well, like that day was awesome. As hopefully you know by this video where you end up watching this, that we've sold the RV, we're off doing more things, we're off in Mexico. We're on our drive back right now to Wisconsin, like the trip is over for us. But I am still here in the RV and I'm rambling because I'm just trying to say, like, we just don't like RVing. Like I'm fidgeting with this because I'm like nervous. Like we didn't have the experience that we thought we would have had this year in this. And we have something to compare it to. I think our trip around the world, like the 10-month trip, was what you want to expect out of something of that grand measure, something that we had saved up for 2 years, something that we had worked so hard for. We learned so much, we experienced so many new things, we like grew as people, we met incredible people from all over the world. Like if it sounds cheesy talking about like travel and not, like, I don't know, that's what happened that whole year. We decided to film all of it. We didn't even put anything on YouTube until we got home from that whole trip. And it was just because we wanted to keep sharing how incredible that was. And then with the RV, like, I don't know, like what I find that's missing online is truly the reality of RVing. We spend way too many times in places that look like this place that we're at now. And like, it's expensive. It's not great. Is a catch-22 for us. I mean, and I know for a lot of you that are watching us, we are not retired and we don't have the ability to just be off boondocking, disconnected, like to read a book or to sit in a hammock. Like we're also in our 30s and we're working. So us, like a lot of RVers, like you guys, we need to be connected. So the catch-22 part of it is that nature is beautiful, and to be able to go out camping in an RV is incredible. If it's your full-time lifestyle, it's hard to balance working or even just staying connected, like keeping in touch with family or anything. Because when you're in beautiful locations, rarely do you have a cell signal. And in order to have a cell signal or to be able to work, you are likely in an RV park, which is expensive, you know, anywhere from like $30 to $50 just to park there. You're getting electric and water and sometimes sewer for a full hookup. And we just aren't seeing like any return on that investment. Like, we never stayed anywhere in our trip around the world, including Europe, that cost more than $50. Here's some examples of what here's examples of what $30 gets you in Europe, what $30 gets you in Dubai, what $30 gets you in Thailand. This is how we've felt for like a long time. A long time this year. We kept thinking that the next place was going to get better. We kept thinking like, oh, well, we're just in the Southwest right now where we don't like the desert because we like water, or it's so hot right now that we feel trapped in the RV and it's scary and hot, and things will get better when we get up into the mountains. And then, like, you know, great days and like individual experiences like the Tetons or like Yellowstone or like Banff, but you know, like this whole thing is about going to Alaska. Like Alaska's gonna be so cool. We're gonna be out in the wilderness. You know, we're sick and tired of being parked, like literally, that's why this is down, literally right next to somebody. We'll get to Alaska and we'll have wilderness. Like that's just not how it works. You can only camp for free on government land or paid directly, like sharing a window with somebody. And so you might be all the way crazy, super remote in Alaska, but you are sandwiched in between two other RVs. Now, if you're an RVer, everybody knows that once you're RVing, but to anyone considering that just kind of blew our minds, hitting the road and realizing that. So if you're not an RVer, that was like kind of one of our biggest takeaways, is like, oh, you are right next to somebody. This beautiful spot in Sedona, boondocking, this place is free. A lot of RVers love this spot, but you can only park in specific designated areas. And you get up there and all of a sudden you're like way out this like 10-mile dirt road, quote unquote, alone, but just in this little like mile area, there might be 15 RVs all like parked right there. So there's like dogs and kids and drones flying, waking up Tim at 6 a.m. You're like, whatever the circumstance, you're just like, you're never truly like just out there in the wilderness. You're only limited to where you're allowed to park, you know? So our intention, because this is our channel, like our intention is not to offend anyone that's on the road and an RVer. Like, to each his own. If you're an RVer and you like this, and like so many people that we talk to, that we meet at the campgrounds, like love it. Like people are into the rigs, and we offer people to come inside and like, oh, like we'll show you the renovation, and like they'll take us into their like, you know, really nice RV, and we're like, whoa, you have heated floors, and like we've loved kind of those interactions and stuff. And there are plenty of people out there that love RVing. So I'm not like out here making a statement like no one should RV. I don't know what 100% of the people, 99% of the people who are sharing their experience out on YouTube that in fact are doing this are maybe liking it and sharing the fact that they like it. We did it this year and we're just sharing that we don't. We just don't want anyone to think that because we did this year, we liked it. like we just tried it and it's not for us. If anyone is going to spend the money that we spent this year on traveling, and you have the ability to be anywhere in the world, like I understand if you're like working remote as an employee and you want to stay in the same time zone, I don't know, go to Mexico, or like just if you need to be in the United States, like maybe you're like out in the US visiting your family or whatever it is. If you need to be in the US, I get RVing, but if you're just like off kind of location independent and you're just thinking about RVing as a way of travel, like unless you just have money to spend, this is not how I would spend our travel budget again. Think about if you drove the same distance in Europe, what you could visit.
We woke up looking at the Adriatic Sea in a small village in Croatia. We drove into Slovenia, and now we're into Italy. So 3 countries in one day. Sounds crazy, but it was kind of like we drove from Indianapolis to Milwaukee.
We are putting together our entire year RV budget that we'll have down below, likely in a article form along with a video. And then we did track our spending in our entire year around the world, and we'll include that down below too for comparison. I don't want to even just like guess numbers right now because I don't know it off the top of my head, but we're putting that all together. So if you're considering RVing, like, consider it. We are one opinion, and if you found this video and this is the first time you're seeing us, please go watch all of our great, like, fun stuff of all the great experiences we had, because we certainly had great experiences. I'm not saying the year was a waste or anything. Go explore that. And then some of the other great people that we love watching too. We love watching Keep Your Daydream. We got a chance to just like randomly, we were parked next to them in Arizona, and they're super nice and they've got great stuff and they love RVing and they've done it with kids and they've created this great community of all RV lovers, and that's like such a positive area. So if you're looking for kind of RV inspiration, definitely head over there. And if you're looking for ways to get on the road and, you know, like how to make this work because you're an employee and you're trying to maybe make your own business or something. Heath and Alyssa, who are also full-time RVers, they have an RV entrepreneur podcast, so you can listen and learn to kind of how to get on the road. And they annually have an RV entrepreneur summit, so you can actually go there, talk to people who love RVing, talk to people who are full-time RVing, and just get more information that way. So like I said, we're not here like trying to like make sure nobody RVs. We just thought it wouldn't be fair to our channel and to our viewers to just like show the experience without sharing our honest review. This is just how we feel about it. This is how we talk to our families about it. This is how we talk to our close friends about it. It's like, oh, that was so cool where you were. And then we're like, oh yeah, but you should have seen like the place that we stayed. Or like, oh yeah, but I don't know, it cost us $400 in gas to get there or whatever it was. If it cost us $400 in gas and get there, I would rather like fly to Costa Rica. So that's just our international travel, I guess, perspective on it, relating it to our other year and then our year to come. So we are really looking forward to what's next for us in Mexico, starting just a different version of travel. And we hope to have you along for the journey of what's next. And if you want to learn more about RVing, like I said, go check out all those other great resources. Well, thanks, and we'll catch you in the next video, maybe doing something else.